spiritual masters present today. We will start off with a short meditation followed by the Swadhyaya session by Master Thila and Master Pathma. Kindly sit comfortably. Clasp your hands, cross your legs, remove your specs, and close your eyes. Let go of all the thoughts. And observe your breath. A simple, natural breath. masters. Final 60 seconds. Final 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may place your hands over your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently remove your hands from your eyes. Thank you very much, Pathmaji, for sharing that beautiful Native American music. Namaste and my humble pranams to all the masters gathered here today. So today we are still continuing the book entitled Bringers of the Dawn. And the discussions will be by Master Thila as well as Master Pathma. And without further ado, let's dive straight into the book. The first chapter for today, chapter 18, will be by Master Thila. Over to you, Master Thila.
Thank you, Miraji. My humble pranams to Guru Shri Patraji and Swarnamala Mitraji, and to all the meditation masters who have gathered here today. Thank you for joining with us today. And today is going to be a wonderful session because we're coming to the end of the book. And there's a lot of interesting thing to actually share with you all. So just give me a moment, yeah? Okay. Okay, my chapter 18, I've been telling over and over that information is light, light is information, and with information, we become powerful. This is what they are telling exactly. And here, the symphonies of consciousness, what they are saying is sound is another way of carrying information. And here, with this, they're telling us that we are looking at sound as two different things. But they said, no, it is this, both are similar. And what they're expressing is if you go to ancient sites and we just, those who are actually have the ability to download the information, when you go to the ancient sites, you can actually get all the information from the structure, from the what do you call, from the structure and the sound of that place, you know. So that will give you the information. And they said the sound is actually, it draws the information to flow into our body, and it also can rearrange the molecule. So they gave two examples. One example is in Tibet. In Tibet, what happens is when people who are very highly enlightened, they vacate the body. These Tibetan monks will take the body, the skull and the body together, yeah, and put it in a room. And anyone who wants to get information can go into the room and just stand there and get all the information downloaded into them. So our skulls, our skeletal body has carry all the information, just that we don't know how to download them. And they also said the crystal skulls, they gave us the crystal skull is made in a way to give us the information that our skull carry the information. So if you look at crystal Atlantean time, you can see all the information is downloaded into, from the movie that I saw, is downloaded into the skull, and anyone who has access to this skull can actually rule the world. That is the reason the skull has its own energy, and it kind of disappears. You know, no one has been able to locate any of the skull, even though they say that they have located this skull and that skull. I'm sorry, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mute my phone. Okay, say that they have located the skull and the skull, but from the book that I've read, it says that the skull has energy on its own. It can only manifest to the person who's highly enlightened. So the skull has all the information. And what they're telling, another thing is sound is a tool of transformation. In ancient Egypt, they had this ankh, they call it, which is similar to a tuning fork, and it has the ability to heal us. Yes, talking about the sound, and there are a situation, there are some things. Sorry, there is a place where they use sound to heal people. They are doing it here now itself in this planet. Right? I don't know where it is, so I'm not able to give you the right information. But it has been sound has been used to heal the people. So in what you're telling, the ancient Egypt, the sound has been okay. And what sound and emotion, what they're trying to do is they're trying to interlink. They said, as I've been telling you all, we are emotional being. We have to feel the emotion to connect with ourselves. When we connect with ourselves and with the sound, and we will actually we have we will access to all the frequencies, and the sound will connect us with the feeling, they said. So they said you must have uh, what is the intent that you want to use sound. Okay, one is your intent must be very pure, and sound actually stirs the energy, and it creates a standing column of wave. Okay, for example, in Jericho city, what happened is people were not happy with the situation of that what is was happening in that place. So a bunch, I think a huge number of people, they gathered, they started chanting and going round and round of the city. So what happened, that energy actually kind of brought the city down. So sound has that kind of energy. So you must understand. And another thing that I would like to tell is someone, I think one of the master did mention that the flute that Patriji is using actually connecting us to our higher self. So all these are sound. Okay, sound can be used for our downloading of information. And what they said is this information of downloading the sound through the sound will only happen to people who are ready and mature. Not everybody will get it. Okay, so I'm not in the list yet. Okay, another thing they talk about is the sound that is used by the ancient people in North America. The war hoop, they call it war hoop. The Red Indians, they will go and uh, dance around the fire, making sound before they go for anywhere. Okay, so another thing that I would like to stress here is what you see in the movie is not the truth. They have depicted the Red Indian as supposed to be somebody who's cruel and all those things. But from what I'm reading is they are the people who are connected to nature. They are very loving. They have this oneness consciousness in them. So with that thought, I know that they were not capable of killing. Okay, so they will do this dance, and they use the energy for the development of the community. So these are things they were telling in chapter 18. Chapter 19 is igniting the internal flame. Okay, what they are selling is we have to look for a balance with ourselves. The balance, they said like last week we said we are multi-dimensional being. We are extraterrestrial self. uh, we are female and male self. So we have to look for a balance. So in this chapter, what they're telling, they're talking about male and female energy. And they say that about 5,000 years ago, the male and female, they kind of had agreement. They said, okay, prior to that, I will be telling you about uh, the Living Earth book. I remember telling that the leading women has the power. Okay, so they had the power to rule the community and so on. So when the male found out that the bleeding women has the power, what they did, what they started killing people. So for them, for to see the blood, so they felt that they could get the power, but by doing that, what happened was they lost the touch with the feminine sense in them. Because femininity is a intuitiveness, feeling, and the feminine is the one that bring a female life out. So the male lost touch with all those things. And then what they're telling is the male is also has been manipulated. They have been manipulated to follow direction and to follow, uh, follow, do this, do that, that kind of direction. So they have lost. So what they are telling us now is they want each one of you to connect with your female and male energy. So the female and male energy is inside you, and you have to connect. So once you connect with that female and male energy, you will attract other people. So when you attract other people, when you, as we said earlier, when you vibrate higher, that energy will go to another person, and that will bring the changes. Okay. Another thing that I would like to stress here is they talked about twin flame. I always thought twin flame is someone that is coming from outside. They said no, twin flame is inside you. That is the male energy and the female energy inside your body. So you have to connect with that. So when you connect with the male energy and female energy in your body, you become whole. So when you become whole, you will attract people, complete people, a kind of complete people. And that's the energy that you will work with. And they said, and here what they said is that something that they mentioned that really made me understand is, they said you do not have to have marriage, okay? Because marriage is kind of bonding you. Please do not take my word for it. Huh? It kind of bond you, and it here marriage is like it's giving power on the man to be over the women. Okay, but they say no. Here you, because you have the male energy and female energy, you attract that kind of people in your life, and you will lead a complete life. And you will actually, so they want every one of us here to connect with our male and female energy. When we connect with the male and female energy, what happens is we will we uh, we will actually do our work better. Okay, and they said if you feel that in your life the whoever that you are married to does not compliment you and does not follow your energy, they said you have the what do you call, you have the power to leave and go. And as I'm telling you again, I'm not asking every one of you to go for divorce. Yeah. Okay. This is what the book is telling. So you all must understand what they're telling. So what they're saying is you do not need a male to complete you. You are a full, complete power. Okay. You yourself is a complete power. Understand that. Understand that energy and work with that energy and bring the changes about. Okay. And they talked about earlier, going back to the sound. And in our planet Earth, the sound has been used to manipulate us. The siren sound is actually will give us the sound of fear, and the sound that is coming out from the TV, the sound of some of the music. I've seen a movie, they will play the music and everybody will get up like a zombie and walk around. So sound has that kind of ability to influence us. And here what they're telling is you must realize that you are not powerless in any situation. Okay, you design your experience, you have the power to come out of it. Whatever sound comes and try to manipulate you, you have the power to get rid of it and come out of it. Okay, so as they said, we are multidimensional being, we are powerful being, we have all the abilities to bring the changes. They kept on stressing all these things because they said anyone who are reading the book, who are listening to this, you guys are actually the torch bearers of these light workers, and we are here to do the work that we have come to do, which we have forgotten. So we all must understand that. That is the reason that they keep on reminding this. Okay. Another thing I would like to stress, the other stress is, okay, sound also has, they ask us to remove ourselves from the personal drama. Okay. I've talked about it. Okay. Whatever drama that happens in your life, observe it. Just observe it. If you have to take part in it, take part in it, but do not go and let that drama influence you so much, because this drama are actually emotion is feeling is enlightenment, enlightenment is actually light, information, and so on. So they ask us to be very, very to get connected with our female energy and male energy. Okay. And the other one, they said is male is actually in their second chakra. And the word that they use is actually, they said they are stuck at the penis, penis. And female is at the throat chakra. And we are stuck here because 5,000 years ago, we made an agreement with them. Okay, you take her, you be the leader. I will follow you and I will not say anything. So they said, come out from that. Come out from that. Start speaking up. Talk about your want, your need, everything. Talk about what is right. Do not keep quiet. So this is another thing that we all must be very, very aware of. So talk. Do not keep quiet at the situation. Okay. And the other thing that I would like to talk about is the last page, sexuality, a bridge for higher level of consciousness. This is a very interesting subject, so I will take a longer time to talk about it. So I think in our ancient people, ancient Tamil Indians knew about the power of sex. I think that's why the Kama Sutra book came about, I think. And the Palladians are telling sex is actually getting to another level of consciousness. And somebody is opening up the videos and they're very interested, I guess. So sex is another level of consciousness. And they said the way to it is orgasm. And we are in a situation, in a community, we don't talk about it. Not many of us talk about it. Not many of us go through this emotion. So orgasm is actually the highest level of spiritual enlightenment. So they said, go for it. If you have to, masturbate. That's what they're telling, go for it. Go for all these things. And it doesn't, and then they said, sex together with love will take you a higher level. And when they say love, it doesn't mean that you actually have to go and look for a male. They said, you have the male energy and female energy. It can be with any partner, whether it can be a gay, lesbian, heterosexual, homosexual, anything. Love combined with this sex will bring us to higher level of consciousness. Okay. And that's the reason I think I've seen a few places where they have the tantric sex. Tantric sex is actually another level of enlightenment, and they are in that thing. What I understand is the male and the female understand each other's needs. When they understand each other's needs and satisfy each other's needs, they can communicate better. When they communicate better, the work that they are supposed to do in this world become easier. Okay, most of us here are doing one person's work only. Just imagine when we have another person who's helping us, you know, uh, emotionally supporting us, physically with us, and all those things. I think we will do greater job. Okay, but it doesn't mean that we have to rely on men. Okay, it can be anybody. Love and emotion. Sorry, love and this sexual relationship will take us at a higher level. Okay, and what they're asking us is, okay, the last thing that they ask us is, please, yes, talking about sexuality, I've already talked to you. It does not mean that you just go out and look for any being. No, it only somebody who resonate with you in terms of spirituality. Okay, and okay, I'll answer the question later. Okay, and what they're asking us is, observe your sexual feeling, observe it, and use it for the benefit of you. Okay, for your enlightenment. And I think Patricia also said we have to be the middle part. And then if your body needs it, Ayappa says sex is something important for the body. So do not deny it. So do not go for celibacy. So enjoy it, same time, go towards your spiritual enlightenment. And the other thing that I would like to end this is, be very aware of what you say, what you do, how you feel. And all these things are actually helping you to take you to a different level of enlightenment. Okay, learn to learn to watch yourself without judgment. Okay, self connect and learn to quieten your mind. So they're coming back again to meditation. So with that, I've cleared the 3 chapters. Thank you, Miraji. Okay, we'll take the questions later, yeah?
Yes, I'll just, thank you very much, Master Thila. I think quite a revelation in terms of, I think light we already knew was kind of common, but sound also being a source of information and knowledge and, has having, and then the fact that about skulls and, basically, and also where you can actually connect with your emotions and sound can actually connect with our frequencies as well. So these are things that I myself didn't know, something that's actually to ponder about, and definitely I'll read these chapters also. And chapter 19 also, the igniting the internal flame. I think that to harness that male and female energies and bring that forth into forward, and those are things that also that and basically you touched on the multidimensional beings that was actually mentioned in the previous topics as well. And chapter 20, very interesting. That was actually mind-blowing information. So and I think we can also basically, I think this is what Pari and Radhika ji has also been talking about, if you recall. So yeah, good that it resonates with with this book. So very interesting information. I think I took home a lot of interesting messages today. Thank you so much, Tilaji. Over to you, Master Rajesh.
Okay, and now I think without further ado, we will invite Master Pathma to take us through chapter 21 and chapter 2. Over to you, Master Pathma.
Thank you, Master Rajesh. Thank you, Master Mira. Am I audible? Clear enough?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Before I start, I would like to offer my humble pranams and gratitude to Brahma Shri Pitamaha Patriji, Swarnamala Patrijima, Universe, and to all the pyramid masters, and of course Pleiadians, because this book, it's from them. All the messages that we've been sharing past weeks, it's from them. So my gratitude towards them. And before I start the completion, the finale of this book, I want all of you to remember the 18 PSSM 18 principles, because when I read this chapter, I truly felt like the connection between what Patriji has encouraged us to follow, the 18 principles. So if you even don't remember all the 18, you will see the connection of some of the principles in these chapters when I go through. Okay, what the Pleiadians are saying, that we already have all the knowledges within us. I mean, we've been saying this since from chapter 1. Now we are in the finale. They say it's everything in us. We just need to activate the memory that's been stored inside us. And how do we do that? Well, they have given us few methods. They say with the sense of deserving and graciousness, we need to think, we need to remind ourselves that what will bring us happiness, what will make us feel light, connected and alive. They ask us to think of those things, and then they ask us to desire what will bring peace onto this earth as we occupy our own being. So they say all we need to do is start of begin wanting those feelings. And they call it intention, like how we say sangalpa, right? So they said we need to put intention, like it is my intention that I experience a harmonious lifestyle. It is my intention to experience health and energy that lead me to creative adventures. It is my intention that I be well provided for, that shelters and food and all other things I need to experience life be given to me in great abundance, and that I pass this great abundance on and share it with others. So for them, it is this is like something very this sankalpa is for our physical life, the physical body life, all this, the shelter, the food and the abundance and everything. So they're telling this is not just ideas. We need to use this sankalpa, train our mind of 2 or 3 times daily. So this is one way. Another one is they're asking us to open our energy center. And call the frequency of light within us. They ask us to imagine like this light beam of the pillar of light. It's entering us, and it is energizing our 12. It's entering through the 12th chakra center, which is, we have 7 in our body and 5 above our body. So it's activating our chakras. And when we imagine this, what they are saying is, the chakra is the center of information, and it will start to energize and it will start to spin. When it start to spin, that's when the light encoded filament, it's work together and they form the evolving 12 helix in our body. Next is anapanasati. They put it here as a breathing, deep breathing program. Definitely it's anapanasati. It's important for everybody, for us to be complete balance, with our physical body, to practice this breathing programs, anapanasati, where they didn't give so that detail, how you practice it. For them, they just put it very general. For them, it is like it's a program in which breath is important, and oxygenation is practiced, so that oxygen is brought into this body. Okay. Another practice they recommend is spinning, and according to them, the spinning, it's a vast acceleration of energy. If any of you recall, or any of you know, the Sufism. Have you seen this? In Sufism, they will go. They will have a form of dance where they spin non-stop, and then all of a sudden they'll just go in trance. If you see some movies like Jodha Akbar, and I know in some songs you can see that. When I saw those things, I was like, how they are spinning, how they are spinning without stopping. Won't they feel like giddy? Won't they vomit and all those things? But it's a form of meditation. In Sufism, they call it whirling dervishes. So for the here they say spin, spin at least 33 times daily. Obviously, it's not something easy to do, but what they say is spin from left to right and focus on the thumb and count when we spin. And after we are done the last spinning, the 33rd spin, they ask us to ground ourselves, widen our leg to our position of a shoulder, and then just observe the sensation of spinningness. That will actually activate our chakras in a faster way. But honestly, I can't judge, I can't say it's not practical, but I think what we are doing now, the practicing of anapanasati, it's already good enough, because not everybody can do this whirling dervishes. Yes, some Sufi masters, they can do it by practice. Maybe they said minimum 33 times a day, maximum 33 times per time. So that would be like 3 times a day. That's like 99 times of swirling. So this is some methods. And then what the next is, they're telling us our body, it's electronic body. So for us to be able to, the messages, the frequency, for us to move it through our body as a conductor, we need water. Sorry, I didn't put it in right way. They say we are an electronic being, so we are altering our frequency at a very fast rate. So they recommend us to drink tremendous amount of fresh water, purified water, or spring water, because the water acts as a conduit or conductor that keep the system open and flowing. So the methods that they have taught us in this chapter is keeping intention, breathing, and then using pillar of light, the beam of light, which I believe it's the cosmic energy, and spinning. And then most of us, what they're telling us, for those who practice this, they tend to reach the higher realm, but they happen to stay there and forgetting our task here on earth. They said we must learn to stay grounded. Yeah, even though we are in altered state of experience or consciousness, they ask us to always be grounded, because then we must learn how to ground, because the necessity of being grounded is something many of us don't understand. If we want to okay, for us to move into the greater acceleration, if we don't do the grounding things, that connect us to the world, it will actually affect our nervous system. And if we are not grounded, and if we are not allowing, if we are not grounded, that means we are not allowing the information to, to enter to us, to enter our reality. And it's like it can simply overload our system, and then we won't be able to translate the information well. Okay, so by intention, what they are telling us, grounding is very important. So it will allow us to merge the world and allow us to access to many other worlds, like the multi-dimension being we are, and then to become superhumans. Okay. And how do we do grounding? When I say grounding, when I even read it, it sounded like something, very tough to do, but it's very simple. They say just go outside, sit on the ground, go outside, be with nature, just stand or sit next to a tree, put a chair under the sun and read a book. For them, it's basically, they say be with nature, swim in the stream, put our feet in the water. So they ask us to be connected with the nature. That's what Pleiadians is, they meant by grounding. And also they say whenever when we are in the altered state, we will, feel like so energized. We'll get like, like electrified. You must have, experienced that something like just rush up your spine, that kind of the energy entering you kind of sensation. So when you receive that, what they are advising us, they are telling us to be a conduit. And when we ground that self, they ask us to give that energy to the earth. And they're telling us not to, analyze. Don't analyze that. Just accept the energy and then ground yourself. Send more the remaining, what they said, after what we receive, the most of the energy to the earth. And then emotion, generally we think emotion is uncontrollable, but it's not accurate. We have control of our emotions. It's just we are not practicing that, because we have separated this emotion is negative, this emotion is positive. Even in previous chapter, they spoke about it. They say emotion is very important for us to be, in depth. The emotion is the core of our being. So they're asking us to be alert of that emotion. Even when we are going through something very painful, they ask us to observe that pain, observe that sadness, and then be in control of that. And why? Because, like, even in previous chapter we said emotional body is what connects us with the spiritual body. It goes hand in hand, just like how our physical body goes in hand with mental body. So emotional body is very important for us to connect with our spiritual body. And then just now, what like Tilama said, remember the skeleton body, where the in a place where they keep the skeleton, we tend to receive the information. The analogy they've given here, the like how messages imprinted on the stone, same, the in this birth, the messages, the information is being instilled in our bone, in our skeleton body. But our tissues and our muscles, they have buried the information. So for us to access that information, we have to go within the bone. We have to how it's not like literally as go within the bone. It's like go and check your bone out. It's not like that. It's like maybe what they're telling is pondering our being immersed in our physical body, in our skeletal body, and try to extract the story that has been instilled in our skeleton body. Okay, the blueprint. All of us, we are born in this earth. We all came with the blueprint. So for what Pleiadian saying, when we are about to come across, because some of us are still in that seeking journey. I'm still finding out what my soul purpose is, or I'm still looking for it. So once you know that you already towards your blueprint, they ask us to get excited, that emotion, that, oh, I'm going to achieve my purpose, the reason that I'm born. They ask us to find that, and when we do that, it will actually. One moment, sorry. Okay. When we get excited about our blueprint, so that's when we move out of our logical mind and get into the experience. Information, it's stored within us. So for them, what they're telling is, when we go into our emotion and we get into the most satisfying experience, we don't judge, we don't actually judge, and we don't analyze what sorry, I think I'm little the thing is, I was actually sharing with Tilama. I read this chapters few times, but every time when I was reading it, right, the message is getting like different and distorted. So I told her, I'm just going to share what comes to me at the moment. Just leave it to the Pleiadians to share the message. Okay, so sorry if it's what I'm giving you today, it's not clear. Maybe it's meant like all of us need to read through it. Okay, listen to our body. Let our body tell what we want, and because in the what they're talking about is the change of diet and food. Um, Previously, people tend to kill animals for the food, and even now what they're telling is don't do that, because when you capture the animal, when you put them in a slaughterhouse, the emotion and all the vibration, because every living being has its own vibration, so that animals tend to have that vibration, and that's what we are consuming. So they tell us, listen to our body. When we listen, that our body will actually tell us that this is not something that important for our health. What is actual health by Pleiadian? It's the activation of the 12 helixes in our body, and they request us to be the keeper of frequency. When I read that, it's actually remind me of Patriji, because what they are saying, that impeccable keepers of frequency, keep inside yourself knowledge and information of higher orders, an order of unlimited being. Make that frequency simply by living it available to all around you, by walking your street. It's like what they are telling us, we keep those frequency that we receive from the higher realms, and then we harbor those energies within us. We live a life that where we can attract others alike, with the same frequency, to be like together, to be in the same phase of frequency. Okay, so that's about it.
Master Padma, yeah, 3 minutes more.
Okay. Sorry, the last one, tidal wave of light. This is just a summary of everything what we have gone through in all the previous chapters and everything. So as we are the family of light, we are we are here to make the changes, and as we rise our frequency and vibration, we become light body. And why being a light body is very important? Because the light body, it's not dense, it's a self-generate, self-replenish body. And here it's where they are telling us this body, it's ever youthful and ever healthy body. And they ask us to listen to our spiritual self, not to be stuck with our societal self. And then we have to listen to our intuitive self and be the standard bearer of our experience. And yeah, that's it. Because the chapter 22, it's a very small chapter. So, and they're saying why they put everything, the finale in chapter 22, because the number of the vibration of number 22, it's a master number. It's associated with imprinting and delivering the version into physical reality of master teaching. So that's all. Sorry if I've could not deliver the message as I suppose, but I think it's all planned. There is a reason for why it happened.
No, thank you indeed, Master Padma. Thank you. Actually, you shared the good basics. I think you brought out about the 18 principle that is reflected in the book that is also shared by Patriji. In fact, you also mentioned that, it's interesting to know, definitely we kept reiterating as part of this book as well, that we all have the knowledge within us, and you highlighted we can tap back, activate our memory by actually having the intention. I mean, doing our breathing exercise and then imagining the pillar of light going through our chakras and activating them. And also the spinning, right? It's quite interesting to note that you can do the spinning to activate that. And I think the other thing that resonated, you said we are electronic being, and I think even scientifically you are encouraged to drink a lot of water, right? So I think because of we have the water inside us, so as electrolyte, so probably that's also one of the thing that helps. And the other thing you mentioned, that is, you say that we have to stay grounded. So maybe when we receive energy, if we have excess energy, so we release it to the ground, right? So that's when you probably have to stay grounded. And I like the way, in fact, it's just like going to the nature, being with the nature, and that makes you grounded. And you also mentioned about the blueprint. We all have the blueprint, and how this can be activated by, I mean, we don't really need anything much in terms of like food, but if, as long as we can activate our 12 helixes, then probably this will be activated. So and finally, you say, you summarize that we are all like a light being, so hence that we probably should then tap into also both our spiritual energy, so that we are intuitive, and apart from it. Thank you so much. Now with that, I'd probably like to open the floor for any further questions, any discussions, both for Master Thila and Master Pathma. I think they did an excellent sharing, because it's a very interesting book, and I think Master Thila, kudos to both Master Thila and Master Pathma for actually covering a lot of the chapters. Predominantly, I think they covered the whole book. Thank you so much.
I just want to say something, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Padma, you did an excellent job because I understood perfectly what you were trying to tell. Okay. So another thing, I just missed out the very important thing about the sexual energy. Okay. What they said is sexual energy is actually healing energy. Okay. And I'm going to give you a few examples. One example is, I think in our culture, some movie that I saw a long time ago, in that book, in that movie, that guy, the lady will be a bit mentally disorientated, and they will say, let us get her married off, and then this meant, she will be better. So actually, and this is not the first time I heard this, and there's another thing, another book that I read also, that it is sexual energy has the ability to heal mental illness. One. The other one is, and there is a comedy, I think, I know, in Western comedy that I saw, these old ladies, about 60 something, and they'll be talking about vibrator and talking about masturbation and those things. And the lady will tell, through masturbation, she cured arthritis. Okay, so the sexual energy heals a lot of things. And even Christina Northrup, she is a lady doctor who talked about all these things about 20 years back. And she always talks about this masturbation, and, she said women must have orgasm. Okay, I don't know how many people are going to come talk about it. Okay, we are not ready to talk about it. Orgasm is the sexual energy that everybody must feel. Okay, and there are ways to go about it. And after the session, anybody wants to come and chat with me, I'm willing to chat. Not openly yet. Okay, so all this actually healing energy. She said any kind of personal problem, or your emotional problem, or your body heals through orgasm. So Christina Northrop said about this in her book. Okay, and another thing that I would like to share is, I think that's all. I think I covered about it. And there was a question. So you don't have to be a celibate. Yes, definitely. You don't have to be a celibate. You have to be in the middle path. Patriji says what? You have to be in the middle path. So enjoy your life, and at the same time, look for spirituality. So I think we have covered that. So the sexuality has been a big, big taboo. Nobody talked about it, right? So now I don't understand how I am talking about it, because I'm one of the shyest person that anybody in this group would tell you. I mean, those who have known me 10 years ago. I cannot talk about sex. I cannot talk about orgasm. But now I'm talking about it. I said, go for it. Go for it. Enjoy and get connected with your spirituality. Thank you, Rajesh.
Oh, thank you, Master Thila. Thank you for highlighting that and sharing that with us. Indeed, you're right. It's not a topic that commonly, especially among us, that we talk about. So that's really good for us, for you to being open with us, encouraging us to do that. I just thought, if I may have a question, this, when you mentioned about sound, I was just wondering, is that the reason why, in Hinduism, I know it's not religion, but we're talking about religion, but you remember when they said sound, the mantras, right? When you start reciting, is that the sound and the vibration that probably gives you the energy?
Could be, ma'am. Could be, because they
Could
didn't
be.
say whether it's a vocal sound or not. Here they were
Yeah,
talking about instrumental sound.
instrumental sound. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Could be, because when the ancient North Indians, South Indians, Red Indians,
Mm.
they were actually chanting. What it was sound.
Sound
So
as well. Yeah.
sound. It was sound. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing you mentioned, right, we have to connect both with the female and the male energy. I think, it's also resonates, right? Even the Chinese believe the yin and yang, right? You
Yeah.
have both the male and female. I think they talk about that quite often. But I was just wondering, how do we connect with the male and female energy? You say that we need to connect, but I was just wondering, how do we tap that or connect?
One thing I can tell you, it's a lot and lot of hard work and understanding yourself better. You must always understand you are whole. If you if you do not understand your whole, you will always go and depend on somebody,
Mm,
the male energy. Yeah. In my sense, in my case, uh, femininity is there. Masculinity is the things that we will come out and do. There are a lot
mm,
of things that we are doing.
mm,
The women freedom and all those things they're talking about. Yes, Osho talks about it. Osho says women freedom, asking for women freedom is bullshit. It says that.
mm,
It's because, why are you coming out and behaving like you are another masculine? You are not. You are full of love. You have the intuitiveness in you. You are embarrassing. You are the embodiment of love. So you have everything. So you actually do not have to ask another person's permission for you to evolve as a person.
mm,
Okay. So the male masculinity that I'm talking about is independent, being independent, being
being
vocal,
courageous. Okay.
courageous. All these are male energy. So
Mm,
female energy is being loving, giving, intuitive. So when you have these two energies merged together, you are a whole person.
okay.
So and you are limitless.
Yeah. No, thanks. I like that. Nowadays, I keep telling myself, sometimes I go through some challenges. I keep telling myself I'm limitless to
Yeah, all
help
of us
me to help me overcome the challenges.
we all are.
Any further questions? I think we've got another 3 more minutes. Please use this excellent golden opportunity to talk to Master Thila, because now she's very open today. So
Yes, I'm
anyone,
very open today. I have the
yeah.
energy to talk about it. So after this, most probably I won't be able to talk because I'm very shy person. Today I have the energy, Palladian's
Energy.
energy in me. So tantric yoga, yes. Somebody says tantric yoga is all about it. I
Mm,
went for a talk
mm,
by Hila Bhaskar,
mm,
and he showed me you know what he said or not? 99% of the female do not reach orgasm.
mm.
99%. He said that in a month. So you guys connect with your sexuality. Connect. Do not. That's why they said masturbation is not a dirty word. They said that. Okay. This is a public Zoom and I'm talking about it.
And it's being recorded.
It's okay. It's from the book, Palladian book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not my opinions from the Palladians. They're the one talking through me today. So, so you guys connect. So you have, and they said meditation. This is another thing that somebody shared with me.
Mm.
As you go into meditation, you without doing anything, you will feel the orgasmic feeling. That means,
Mm.
and this was told to me by a sitter. He said the feeling that you get in meditation is 100 times more than the sexual and feeling that you get. So that is another
Oh.
different kind of orgasm through
Mm.
meditation. So
Mm.
actually, we all are heading towards that. When we do a lot of meditation, you can feel the energy moving and all those things. Kundalini gets activated, everything, and that's where you will feel this kind of energy also.
Mm.
And they said nothing to be shy about it, because people, the what do you call, the yogis, they
Mm.
feel that. That's why they don't need any women in their life.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we consider that they become celibacy, but actually it's not. Probably they've already tapped the
They reach at the
the
others kind of
aside.
sexual energy,
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
physical one, another the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah. Okay, it makes sense. Actually, it's a lot of this is connection, right? How it
Yes.
makes sense and all that. It's not that they have renounced the life bit, because they already have other part that they probably don't need this part of the life. Yeah, no,
Mm.
it's
So
very interesting. Yeah,
another thing that
sure.
I want to share is, these yogis, they do
Mm.
not let go of the semen. Instead of letting go of the semen, they will take the semen inside their body.
Oh.
That's another method. That's where they get the energy. Since that's where they feel the thing. So all these things are actually because through books and through discussion with the in a satsang like this.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes. So
Have
that
what agreement.
agreement. Yes.
Yeah, quite
Most
a
of the
number of
ladies agree
agreements.
to it.
Yeah,
Most
it
of the
goes
ladies say,
it goes
okay.
that's the one that gives them a different kind of energy, and the cosmic energy. That's their cosmic energy.
Ah,
Mm.
oh, very interesting. And
There's a
we
lot
have,
of things we don't know. It's time for us to understand how all this thing works.
yeah.
Knowledge is information. Information is power. Remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Information
yes.
is power. The more you have,
Uh,
you feel more equipped and more powerful, right? And
yeah.
keep saying ourselves that we are limitless. I think,
Yes.
and I like when Master Padma said we have to have the intention, right? So it's
Yes.
just like every time anything, also the Sangalpa, as long as we have the intention, we keep saying to ourselves. I think that sort of probably helps us activate and imagine that the light comes through to us.
Mm.
So no, excellent session, Master Thila. We actually, yes, Master Padma.
Yeah, sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
no worries.
Tilama, remember when you talk about the crystal skull and the movie, I
Mm-hmm.
think I got the movie's name. It's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of
Yeah.
Crystal Skulls, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. In towards they'll be looking for some treasures, right? But
Yeah.
towards the end, it's the ancient elders, the civilization, the beings made out of crystals.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be 12 or 13 seated, a
Mm.
very like gigantic, uh, alien looking crystal structures, bodies. And then when the antagonist take the crystal skull and show it to them, it will become complete, and what they will receive is not a treasure, but they say it's the knowledge.
Yes.
She will be like
ah,
saying that I know everything now. It means that she will receive the abundance of knowledge from the 13th the crystal skulls, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so overbearing for her. She'll like just burst. Yeah, I remember because I'm a Indiana Jones
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
So
actually you were more advanced. You saw this much earlier, and it resonates. Probably like what we discussed before, because all these movie directors, they would have, this consciousness would have gone to them to
mm-hmm.
actually come up or direct this sort of movies, and now we are talking about it.
Yeah, agree. Or maybe they might have read the books as well.
Yeah.
They
You never
always
know.
do some kind of a research, and
Ah,
they get this kind of information given to them
Yeah.
in their thought form.
Mm,
So I saw this one I need to share in
mm,
Lobsang Rampa book. He
mm,
goes to a place in a cave and he sees a screen,
mm,
and out of the screen there will be a master standing there, and here in the screen they're seeing some a kind of a politicians were talking about making a decision,
Mm.
and this master will be concentrating. And then the decision was not in favor of humanity, So this master will send its energy, and everybody will change their mind and go in favor of humanity.
Ah.
So that thing, so they have the ability to change our thoughts.
And influence as well.
Like holographic memory,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Very
amazing, right?
interesting. Very amazing. Yeah. No,
Mind
indeed,
blowing, but too
mind.
much.
Too much
to
info.
take.
Yeah. Need to like reflect on it. But indeed, you keep to, when you're doing things, each time that you think about the book, you reflect on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of interesting things. I think it's a great sharing. Thank you so much, Master Thila and Master Pathma. How, Master Thila, shall we? Do you still want to continue? We have
No, we can
4 minutes.
Oh,
we will,
just sorry, one information.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Why we are insisting everyone to read the book towards in the last chapter, final chapter, what the Pleiadians say, when we are reading all these messages, I mean the books, the entire chapters, they are hidden informations that going inside us.
Oh, wow.
I agree.
When we read through the entire book, yes, we will understand, and we are learning certain things, but they are also hidden informations and knowledge that we are going to absorb. So
But
that's why
we are not conscious of it, you mean?
maybe our physically no, but I think the when they say go deep inside us, our soul, the inner being, it will know. So they're also
okay.
putting informations.
Oh, great.
So
we must make
that's the
sure
reason.
that
That's the reason they asked us to hold the book and read. Even the Palladian talked about it. Hold the book and read, so the information get downloaded to us.
But then if we use the electronic version,
Some might go. Not. I don't want to deny that, because I read through the electronic version.
yeah,
I got
that's right. I was just thinking, I'm also reading through the electronic
Me too.
version.
But when I was reading this chapter 21, 22, I felt like somebody actually telling me these things. So it was,
Wow.
I felt like it was so personalized. That's why, I couldn't deliver it in a way that I wanted it. I don't know.
It's
maybe
like someone is influencing you, you mean?
Yeah,
So you
so
like got two thoughts.
I want to deliver something, but something else that has to be given or something like that. So everybody please read the book, since we already done with all the the entire chapters. Maybe the understanding will be different now if the participants who have participate our swadhyaya continuously. I think for them it will be more enlightening.
Somebody will
indeed.
raise the hand, ma. One last
Yeah, I
person.
think Master Loshini, if I'm not mistaken. Master Loshini, do you want to say something? You can unmute, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just want to ask about the imprint skeleton. Seems that the imprint information is Pathmaji did inform just now about the imprint. I just want to know detail about it. Is written in the book in detail, or can we get it information?
I think what is imprint information is our skeleton already have the information.
Yeah.
The information is already imprinted in our skeleton and our skull.
Yeah, so that's why they ask us to go within, to go. It's not like what maybe what you're telling is, have they given steps how to go to get the information from our skeleton? It's not so literal like that.
I think meditation, ma.
Meditation, go inside, and then probably we can access everything. I think within our body, our emotional body, our mental body, our physical body, skeletal body, spiritual body, all has the message. It's just they're asking us not to go outside, look for it, just go inside.
No, the reason I am really interested in skeleton, because skeleton is a part of a minerals, right? So I remember that during a predictors section, he did mention that okay, those are minerals, stones, things. They have an imprint conscious. So when in here, when we talk about imprint conscious, then I was thinking, is it because is it that our all past information, so past life, the total information is imprinted from the beginning, from the mineral stage, when we started our evolution, and until now, at the moment that today, let's say, So probably all the information is gathered in our skeleton. That's what I was thinking actually.
But in this chapter, they didn't mention that. Not like from the beginning of the time until now, right? It's like
Okay.
I just Padma, sorry, I just want to
okay,
share
okay.
with you.
Mm.
Okay, when you say this, I remember somebody shared, somebody shared about a meditation experiences, and she have the consciousness of being a mineral and plant. So all the information is actually imprinted there in our
Okay.
skeleton, our body. It's already there from the beginning. I think everything is information is there. We just have to tap into it.
And activate
Yeah,
our memory. Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting,
Very
right?
interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting. And and good that we are reinforcing that it's just that we need to go deeper into ourselves to find the information. Yeah.
Rajesh ji, next week we are finishing our book this week.
Uh-huh.
So next week, what book? I think I was talking to Mira about it. Mira, is she around?
I think she would have stepped out for her other meditation.
Okay. So we actually wanted to talk about Arcturian,
Actuarians, yeah.
but I didn't find that book to be very, very challenging. So
Okay.
I thought because it's a female sangha, I
Uh,
thought why don't we visit Buddha's wife?
we can. Yeah.
Buddha's wife, there'll
Yeah.
be a lot to talk about, how single-handedly she brought in the spiritual consciousness to the community beside her,
Okay,
all those
great.
things.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Then probably we will discuss who's going to volunteer about the chapters and
Yeah,
how intensive.
we need volunteers. Please volunteer.
We have got quite a number of participants now.
Yeah, I'm sure you all will be bored listening to me and Pathma week after week, week after week. Okay. But one thing, I and Pathma have gained a lot of knowledge from this book. Okay, so please do come and join us. At least take one chapter. If you're not able to do two chapters, just one chapter. The more people to share, better it will be.
Yeah.
Okay, we can end the
Yep.
session now.
All right. Thank you so much again. Once again to Master Thila and Master Pathma, our humble pronounce for actually taking us through the whole book and sharing a lot of knowledge. And it's really invaluable knowledge that they have shared and kindly were open and transparent to us. I think it's a great gift to all of us. And in this session. And with that, I think the next, the Buddha's wife, we will kick off the Buddha's wife at the next Swadhyaya section next Friday, and probably I'll, share the information in the in WhatsApp to see who can volunteer for the chapters and how big how big are the chapters, Master Thila?
I don't know. I have to go.
Okay,
And
probably we
I
just
haven't
have to
revisited
see
yet.
whether we want to do a couple of chapters per session. So
Mm.
we will connect again through WhatsApp. And once again, thank you so much. My humble pronounce and gratitude to all the masters here. And with that, have a great and enjoyable weekend. Thank you once again to Master Thila and Master Pathma.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sujima,
Bye.
can you please end the session?